course, everybody wanted to play PlayStation. So it was like, okay, one game and on to the next. But always went from older to the youngest. And at that time, Alon was the youngest. So he was the last one that got to play it. So finally, Alon, it's your turn. Comes running in, sits down in front of the TV, grabs the remote, and he starts going. And he's just like, he's just focused everything. And I look at Evan, and I go, hey, Evan. And Alon just heard it, and he didn't know what to do. So fast forward, when I got to see him in the hospital in San Diego, he brought that story up. And he looked at his mom, he goes, that's when I knew I was in good with Evan and Brian. I got initiated. So, great memory. But as he got older, our family gatherings, we would pick on him a little bit here and there, and he would just run his mouth. Pain in the freaking ass. Excuse my language, but he would just keep talking shit the whole day. So one time, me and my brother would always pin him down and slap him around a couple times. I go, are you done? Are you done talking? Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, yeah, no, for sure. And just like a little chihuahua, you let him go. Yeah, whatever, man. Yeah, you guys. And then run away. And me and my brother, oh man, we're gonna get him. But that was him. He never shut it up. God. He really got into music, as y'all know. And one of the things that I envy him also is when he grew out his hair. I don't know if you guys know a band called the Mars Volta. And they had these Mexican afros. And Alon had one. And I was like, damn, I want one. But I was just a little too older. And I just didn't have that great hair. I mean, I have curly hair, but not like that. And again, we're at Martha's house for Thanksgiving. We're in Christian's room, playing PlayStation or Xbox or something. And of course, Alon's just running his mouth, just talking. And me and Evan looked at him, Alon, you better shut up. Because I swear, we know where the razor is, the clippers, and we'll come and get you. Yeah, you're going to do nothing, whatever. Pinned him down. I held him. Evan, go get the clippers. They're in the bathroom. He gets them out. We plug it in right there. It was perfect. The socket was right there. Turned it on, and we're this right here. And he just starts crying. Oh, no. Somebody goes and runs, gets Barbara. Barbara, they got Alon, they're going to shave his head. And Barbara's like, what? So we finally let him go. Barbara comes in and pulls us off. What are you guys doing? It's like, nothing. He just keeps talking. We tell him, shut up. Of course, Alon gets up and he's a little teary because he thought it was going to happen. And that hair of his was just everything. And he gets up and he's like, yeah, see, if my mom didn't come in, you guys would have nothing. Nothing. You guys are nothing. Oh, my God. Ugh. His love for animals, his dogs, I think he got that from Barbara, because growing up, we'd go over to the house and there was Cuddles. I still remember Cuddles. He would do all these tricks with them, but I think he gathered that from you. And we would go over to the house, to Barbara's house, and I don't know if you remember Angus, their bulldog, big old thing. Go over to the house and you look at Angus, you're like, I'm not getting close to that thing. And there's Alon wrestling with him on the living room, like rolling around with him, and Angus just like, whatever. And I'm just like, amazing. To me, I was just like, he had that, and I just love that. I think his boxing, when he got into that, I was just so proud of him. but I think it's because of me and Evan. He had to learn how to fight. But to see him get into that and just how he grew into that. And even though we tend to talk bad about social media and it's too much and all that, I'm very thankful for it in a way that I get to see my little cousins grow up and get to see those cool things and get to see him in that realm that he was in. And like Alana is like, he just went to New York. I'm going to New York. Like, what? Like, where are you going? He's like, gonna go to the gym. Gonna go work over there. And he did. Amazing. And then also to stick it through 2020, everybody knows about 2020, and be in the heart in New York and still be there and not afraid to come back home. He sticked it out and everything like that. But to see him and knowing what I've coached soccer and seeing how he was training people, older people than him, and that to me is like, that's a lot of giving. He was giving them something, strength, purpose, just more heart to do better in life, because it's not just boxing, right? It's more than that. So I truly am so proud of him. Like, it just beyond, what he did during that time. And then going from the East Coast all the way to the West Coast, that's amazing. And I envy that too. I'm just like, gosh, this guy's just doing it. I love it. I got to see him before he passed, and God works in very, very strange ways sometimes. I was in San Diego, just randomly there for a retirement party. And that night, I see a post from Jackie of a GoFundMe for Alon. And I'm living in Long Beach, and I always try to get Alon and Christian to come because I always want to see them. Like, come up, let's go to a soccer game, something, let's go do something. And it just never happened. But there I am in San Diego. I see the post that night. So I hit up my cousin Christian. I go, what's going on? Because I didn't know Christian was gone. He's like, I don't know, he's in the hospital. So I start calling, finding out where he is. So went to bed that night at my friend's house, woke up at 6, and I said, I gotta go. They looked at me, where are you going? I said, I gotta go. My cousin's in the hospital. So just happened to be there. And so happy I was. Walked in. I'm thinking, he's not going to be Alon. I've lost 2 friends this way. And walking in, and then he's like, what's up? What's up, Brian? Like, are you really sick? Are you sure you're okay? I don't know if it was the meds, but if it was probably maybe 2% of the meds, but the rest, it was all on. And handshakes, talking to him, he's just telling stories left and right. And like Jackie said, he was Alon. He was. And then I got to see him the next weekend, and the whole time I was there, he was just cracking me up. He loved his hands to be rubbed. Massaged, excuse me. So I'm massaging his hand, and Barbara comes in. And Alon, hey, Mom, take notes. See how he's right with it? Take notes. What? But he was a light, Jackie. Huge. I just want to leave you with this. A philosopher, Seneca, I don't know if you know him or anything, but this just happened. I got when Alon passed, I got an email, and it had this quote in it. It was just really weird, just how things happen. But he said, we don't have the power to bring the people we love back, But by choosing to embody the virtues of loved ones we have lost, we not only carry forward their spirit in our actions, we transform our pain and suffering into meaning and purpose. It's a hopeful reminder that even in the face of life's hardest blows, we can still find strength, grace, and meaning. We can still be the kind of person philosophy tries us to make. And what I take from that is when somebody does pass away, they're still in us, like we always say that, but it's our actions that we do that lives through them. So what would Alon do right now? He would celebrate, and that's what we're doing. It's not to be sad. It hurts. And we get, everybody's going through something every day, whether it's work, school, family, kids, whatever the case may be, but it's the strength we have from the people that were in our lives and have passed on, that we gather that strength because we need to move on. And we have purpose in the here while we're here. Life's tough. If it wasn't, where would we be? So through those struggles, we get stronger and we help the people around us. And we do things out of love, not what we're going to get at the end of the day. We do everything for love. Thank you.
Okay, and now it's Andrew's turn. Wherever he is, there he is.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know me, I'm Andrew Howell, and I've known Alon since 1995. He lived 2 blocks away from us. He was my younger brother David's first friend. Unfortunately, we got off to a bit of a rough start. David brought Alon over to our house, and I referred to something as stupid. And much to his mother's Barbara's dismay, Alon quickly added this word to his vocabulary. Throughout our lives, we were always in each other's orbit. We took up similar hobbies, skateboarding, video games, an affinity for music, including but not limited to classic rock, punk, pop punk, ska, and of course, emo. Fast forward to 2010, by this time, we'd all finished high school, gone through a litany of life changes. Alon was now an aspiring boxer. I was trudging through college and needed a new roommate at the old hotel in downtown Austin I called home. And Alon came to my rescue, and we were roommates for 3 years. Alon was a good friend. We bonded about everything: books, baseball, TV, The Clash. He had an encyclopedic knowledge of everyone we grew up with and always checked in with the people he loved. In 2017, Alon finally made the move to New York, a move which I and several other friends had made years earlier. 2 years later, he moved 2 blocks away from me again, leading him to joke that, quote, "No matter where you move, I'll always be 2 blocks away from you." I'll miss Alon. I will miss his random phone calls at all hours of the day. I will miss going over to his place, watching a random episode of Seinfeld. I will miss him asking my thoughts on everything from the best subway routes to how his Padres will do this year. He was my oldest friend, and I will always keep his memory with me.
Amen. Well, at this time, we have a tribute video for Alon, and we'll get that going here shortly. But thank you all for sharing your memories. Really, really beautiful. And I gotta say this, for those of you who are standing, when this video happens, we're busting out some chairs, okay? I see you. We want to make sure you have somewhere to sit, so we'll start working on that too. Also, you all are invited to lunch afterwards, okay? We want to make sure you know that. But we're going to make sure you have seats and lunch and a good time, amen? Okay. So I think without further ado, here's the video. And I know David put that together, so we appreciate him doing that.
Are a rock upon which I stand, and I come here to talk. I hope you understand. The green eyes, yeah, the spotlight shines upon you, and how could anybody deny you? I came here with a love it feels so much lighter now I met you. And honey, you should know that I could never go on without you. Green eyes, honey, you are the sea upon which I flow. And I came here to talk. I think